What is the interesting thing about the Slayer drum set? Can you tell us?
A lot of pieces.
Yeah?
A lot of pieces. As you can see, it's not a traditional rack mount setup. He's going more for just straight ahead stands. You know, it's a tripod-based setup. But with the straight stands, you just have more versatility on the angles that you're able to achieve versus a rack mount system. Rack mount just doesn't give you the versatility and you know, the positioning that you could get with this. Paul is very meticulous, very particular, and it's like I'm working for a very meticulous Formula One driver. You know, I'm his pit crew. Komen jullie nou voor Slayer of voor Machinehead?
Allebei. Ja, Machinehead moet ik even afkijken. Als het goed is, koop ik die LP. Als het niet goed is, dan...
En waar komen jullie vandaan?
Eindhoven.
Hallo meneer.
Waar komen jullie voor?
Slayer.
Dat is vanavond, hè?
Dat is vanavond, ja.
En kom je nou morgenavond ook naar ZZ Top of niet?
Oh, dat
Was het maar waar?
was de bedoeling, maar dat gaat niet door.
Waarom niet?
No money.
Daar
Nee.
zou je wel naartoe gewild hebben.
Ja,
zeker.
zeker wel. Ja, dat is wel lekker.
Hoezo, mag dat niet of zo?
Nee, maar dat vind ik toch ook. Dat is toch het zijn toch twee heel verschillende bands?
Ja.
Ja, een beetje brede muziek smaken, hè?
Wat vind je van de drummer van Slayer?
Ja, hij is vrij snel.
Die nieuwe is beter dan die oude.
Ja, best wel.
Ja.
Ja, hij is vrij snel.
Ik ken niet zoveel drummers die zo snel kunnen drummen. Jij?
Nou,
Ja, die van Golden Earring die kan er ook wat
Golden
van.
Earring is heel snel. Lars Ulrich van Metallica is ook heel snel. En Jono heb je het wel gehad, denk ik.
This way you don't have to think. With Paul, you have a person who used to play soccer quite a bit and still does. So physically, he's really fit. He's in good shape. So, I mean, you have to be in top condition to play this style.
Definitely.
Yeah, because most of the time what he's doing is all the melodic stuff. He's playing the melody on top of the rhythm that the guitar players are playing. So he's always like on the go. 90 minutes nonstop. Total aerobic exercise that he's going through.
Some people joke with me and say it looks like I'm praying. Or meditating or something. So it's just kind of a ritual I have to do every day, you know, before I play. I like to warm up.
How long does it take you to warm up?
Depends. Sometimes if we're in a hurry, I do what I can and then I go play. But I always warm up with these sticks here. Always. You know, the stretching, well, if I can get to it, I do. You know, but usually I like to take about a half hour. So these are my sticks. These are the sticks I used to warm up. Just so they're aluminum sticks.
Oh, they are?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, it's the same. They're heavier than my normal drumstick. To warm up with them, it takes less time for me to warm up to the weight of a drumstick because these are so much heavier. Recommend this to anybody, any drummer using this thing.
What would you say, how would you describe the difference between Paul's drumming and your drumming, for instance?
Well, it's almost two different worlds because Paul he's got a great work ethic, which I'm trying to pick up, which is like stretching, series of stretching, and just keep walking around with sticks for a while and starting to warm up. I used to, a couple tours back, I met a few drummers that really have gotten me into like stretching and really concentrating before I go on stage. And Paul helps me intensify that feeling, because that's just kind of like the drum feeling around shop on this tour is be prepared, you know, and stuff like that. And Paul's very technical, but he doesn't come across sterile.
We're gonna go sound check if you want to come.
Let's take an example. There's a song we're going to film with 1,000 Lies.
Right.
Can you sort of explain to us what your drumming does in that particular song?
Yeah, well, in that song, basically, it starts out with just a lot of like throbbing bass drums, you know, kick drums, and my toms, really like up to a big like crescendo build up in the beginning where it's just like a normal 4/4 beat. And then when the break comes and the guitar line comes in, then it goes up, it drops up to like a real funky pattern, which is like. And it stops like that. Then the hi-hat notes kick in after that, just for flavor. Same beat, but it's. Then there's long rolls into the chorus parts, and I go to the ride cymbal. Then we go back through the verses again.
There's one where the guitar solo is. There's a very fast part, isn't it so?
Yes, there's like high tempo.
Oh,
And
that's with double bass drum too?
Yeah, but it's not keeping the notes like this. It's going. So you keep two notes here and then just follow. So it's like, sounds like it's going, but it's like a gallop. And then the only song we have that like Davidian, the first song, has double bass almost all the way through it. Like this, just normal.
Right, is that difficult to, is that one of the more difficult parts of being a drummer, the double bass drum parts?
It's one of the harder parts to learn, but once it gets in your psyche to keep the double bass notes, it actually becomes a lot easier. And then there's just feats of strength, like Paul on this tour. He does a thing that's the kind of drumming that you have to be totally jamming and just have it come out to nail it. It's in mind control.
Yeah, he was
And
telling
he's
me.
like, and he just keeps the notes going, and then he ends it like that. It's an amazing fucking part. It's like, wow.
The guitars are doing like a 30-second note type thing, and the pattern they're playing is. play that.
Yeah, and what do you do then?
I do that with my feet,
Voeten.
which I may be able to pull off right now, and I might not be.
Okay,
so
well, let's give it a try.
I'll just play it slow, you know. It's, let me do that again. Kind of something like that.
Right.
Sloppy and a little bit, it's a little sloppy, but I play it faster than that.
They have a lot of like classical theory involved in their music, as far as their like bridges go, and their middle sections are long running like solo sections and stuff, and their key changes and stuff. They're really rooted, like really some serious music theory.
Who originated, do you think, this type of drumming that you do now? I mean, where did this style come from?
Well, as far as the type of drumming that I do now, the style came from, I'd say it'd have to come from Dave Lombardo. Dave Lombardo and Kerry and Jeff, early Slayer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they have their influences, but there's no band today that sounds like Slayer, and if they do, they probably were influenced by Slayer somewhere down the line. We've all got our influences, you know. I can't say that I wouldn't be here if it weren't for Slayer. You know what I mean? So I certainly didn't start this style of drumming, although I like it a lot.
Yeah.
You know, so I'd have to give that to Dave Lombardo and probably Lars Ulrich of Metallica. The style is kind of a mix between punk rock and metal drumming.
Propaganda, that's to be. sent from the front line to be out of shouted teeth, playing out of line. Move on till submission, take all to the grave. Indication of triumph, and then the dead are dead. The morning war, total war, with the end, it's a slaughter. Final swing is not a drill. How many people I can kill?
You know this band? No?
No, who is it?
It's Slayer.
Uh-huh.
So of course, I was very curious what you would think of this type of drumming.
I like that. I
Yeah?
mean, if you listen back on DeGuayo, it was DeGuayo. Anyway, the album that's half live.
Your one of your albums, yeah?
Yeah, I think and it's not DeGuayo, it's Fandango.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And there's a thing we do called Backdoor Boogie that starts out slow, very slow, blues song, but builds up and ends up at like a similar tempo to this.
Really?
And just this madness, and yeah, you should listen to that.
Oh, really?
I mean, you should grab a copy of that and put it in and listen. And I mean, it's that same manic quality about it. I mean, everybody is.